Hello, welcome. I am making a basic Minecraft video for my second cousin once removed, I think. Hello, Evan. Um, I was just going to start a new game and show you some basic ways to get started on crafting. I know that you're using a different version of Minecraft than I am, so you might not have all the features I do. I'm still not sure about the crafting book, but I will show you uh, what I can, and then you can decide, see if it works for you. I'm just going to start a new world. I noticed that you've done this before. And the first thing I do when I start a new world, kind of look around and see where I am, get away from the tall grass. I find some trees because you need materials to make stuff. So I'm just going to chop down a tree. I also kind of like looking where I am to see if there's anything interesting. So I noticed that there's a little feature here, hole in the ground, which I always enjoy. The actual mining part of Minecraft, where I'm underground, is one of my favorites. I have some pumpkins here. Those will come in handy. So notice when I got the pumpkin, I got a little sign up in the top right-hand corner that said new recipes unlocked. Every time you get a new material, you're able to get a new recipe. So I'll get a little bit more wood and I'll show you some basics. I'm also kind of a fanatic about cutting down the whole tree. It always bothers me to see part of a tree still floating up in the air because I forgot to take out a block. I don't know if you saw that, but there's an apple up there. And it's always good to have food when you're starting out. All right, I'm going to open up my crafting screen. Yours looks like this, except you don't have this little book. This is my recipe book. If I click on that, it opens up all these recipes of things that I can make. So I'm going to turn that off for a moment and just show you some of the basics. So take my oak wood that I just chopped, and I'm going to put it in my crafting area here, my 2x2. And notice when I put the oak wood there, it's going to make oak wood planks. And again, look up, I got some new recipes unlocked. So I'm going to move these up here. So I have some planks. Now I'm going to make some sticks. So I'm going to take half of my planks and I'm going to put one plank on top of the other, and that's going to make a stick. And I need sticks for like the handles of my tools. You mentioned an axe and a shovel specifically. So this is where I need a crafting table, because a 2x2 isn't going to be enough to make the tools I need. So I'm going to take my planks and fill up this 2x2 grid, and that makes a crafting table. And I think you said you had gotten one of these from a village. So then I'm going to select my crafting tool. And once I select the crafting tool, I'm going to once I've got it on the ground, I'm going to select it. And now I've got this 3x3 grid for crafting. Notice my book is still over here, and I've got a lot of recipes now. But again, I don't think you have this book. I did a quick search for Apple TV Minecraft, and I couldn't find any information on whether you have it or not. So I'm just going to turn it off so it doesn't get too confusing. The basic tools that you're going to use require handles. So I'm going to put 2 sticks here for the handle, and then 1 plank. Notice on the right hand I've got a shovel. So I've just made a shovel. I can put another 2 sticks for a handle, and this time, and actually note, this will be something that you can do. With only 2 of those planks up there, I make a garden hoe. And this is what you need to do to plant. In fact, let me just make one of those. And then the 3 across the top is a pickaxe. And you make an axe by putting them like this. And the only basic tool that you don't have yet is the sword. The sword is like the shovel, except you have 2 planks up here instead of 2 sticks down here. So those are kind of the basics to get started. You can make better swords by using, you would put your 2 sticks for the handle, and then you would put another material up here. You can use certain kinds of stone or iron or eventually diamond. That takes a little while to get to, though. All right, so I've got my axe. I'm going to get my crafting table back. And it takes a long time to chop things down with wood. The better your tool, the faster you are able to use it. And then these little things are seedlings for making, I can actually plant a tree. So I'll put a tree right there. And after a while, it will grow. Hi, cow. It will grow into a big tree that I can cut down again. And a lot of pumpkin. That's nice. Sometimes it's hard to find food right off. So with pumpkins, and there's some other big, like melons. If you take the pumpkin and you put one of them up in your crafting area, you can actually, it's like pulling it apart and getting the seeds. And now I can grow pumpkins. So this is where the hoe comes in handy. I can't plant a seed. I'm clicking now, it won't let me do anything. So I have to use my hoe. And basically it prepares the ground for planting, takes all the grass off, and now I can plant. And I got an advancement. So you can see this little green dot, that's going to grow into a pumpkin plant. So there'll be a plant here, and then the pumpkin will be sitting next to it when it ripens. And that takes a couple of days of game time. One of the first things I do is try to secure a food source. So if you cut down the grass, you'll notice you get these seeds. And so one of the easiest food sources to make is wheat. But it takes a while for wheat to grow. And to grow wheat, you need to plant you need to plant the seeds. So I'm going to get some dirt here to show you what I'm talking about. You need to plant seeds in dirt, but the dirt has to be next to water. So what I usually do is I grab some dirt, and let's switch some stuff here. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make a little dirt path. And the seeds have to be next to water. So I usually make this row, 2 rows of dirt. Now I grab my hoe and I get the dirt ready. So even if it doesn't have grass on it, you have to hoe it. And then I take my seeds and I plant them. Now again, it's going to take a while for these to grow into wheat, but once I have wheat, I can make bread to eat. The other thing I can do is if I have animals nearby, like these cows, I can kill them and they'll give me meat. I'm going to wait to do that right now because I don't see very many cows and I don't want to kill them right now. So it looks like my recording is going to be stopping here in a little bit. So that's a good start. I will make another video in a little bit to show you some other tricks, but this will give you the basic tools. All right, hope you enjoy.